Donna is a struggling comedian who gets dumped, fired, and pregnant all in the same day. To make matters worse, a one-night stand leads to a difficult decision that could forever change her life. When she meets a truly decent guy, she must find the confidence to believe in herself in Obvious Child.
Hi, I'm Aaron, and I'm here with Salim and Liz, and we're here to talk about Obvious Child, starring Jenny Slate. We've all just seen it. Liz, what'd you think?
All right, you think that a female-helmed film that had everything to do with being an anti-romantic comedy and lots of poop jokes would be right up my alley. But I have to say this film left me a little wanting, and I think the major problem I had with it wasn't the script, it wasn't the direction.
What is it then?
You're crazy,
Liz.
It was
Liz,
Jenny
the whole
Slate.
time I'm like, Liz has to be loving this movie.
It was Jenny Slate.
You didn't like Jenny Slate?
No.
I think the film is so in love with Jenny Slate that it makes it hard for an audience member to fall in love with with the protagonist.
Well,
Okay.
she really did help to form the character from what I understand. Like, all the stand-up was...
Her stand-up.
Yeah, it was her
Okay.
stand-up that she wrote with Gillian Robespierre, the writer-director, together. So yeah, I get what you're saying. When I watched it, I felt like it was about Jenny Slate and not about Donna Stern, the main character.
Yes.
It didn't bother me, though, that it was basically a movie about Jenny Slate. I still felt like it was a real story. Everything about it was lived in. The film was genuine. If you worry about that the whole time, it might make it a little more disingenuous. No,
A little less fun.
it was fun. It was
didn't-
funny. It was heartfelt.
That didn't bother me at all. If anything, it reminded me of Louis, where she's just playing kind of just a version of herself, but it's also, fictional, which I enjoyed that because it made it feel more real. It made it feel more honest because that's what this film is at the end of the day. I consider it one of the better romantic comedies I've seen in the past 5 years.
It's not a romantic comedy.
Well, that's why I liked it because it's like the anti-romantic comedy. They even have lines where they're basically talking about.
I can't relate to romantic comedies.
I mean, I like that though.
Whoa. You're really lasering into me with your pee-pee missiles there.
What?
I said that you were lasering into me with your pee-pee missiles.
Are my eyes my pee-pee missiles?
I'm not a doctor.
Instead of making it about the abortion, it's not about the abortion. She's already decided what she's going to do about it.
Right.
It's about her finding confidence in herself after she's been dumped by this guy, and
And she finds confidence through having an abortion, which I think is, if that's what you're arguing,
No.
is very odd.
I think the abortion element of the story is just that. It's just an element. She's finding confidence in, being her own woman and taking responsibility for her life. There's just more complexity than a simple romantic film where it's about a guy and a girl and whether or not they're going to get together. That is part of it, but it's not.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but it didn't draw me in because I was so taken out by the film trying to be very clever.
I think the fact that Obvious Child is about this issue, you'd think that it's kind of pushing. I didn't see it as pushing.
There's
In
no
fact,
agenda.
I didn't even see that. I just saw it as these characters and this storyline and just this narrative that was unfolding. And it's about these characters. That's what I really loved about it, is that it's about how honest these characters are and how different they are because of the fact that they're being honest.
I felt like all of those people were people that I could have known, people that I'm either friends with or friends of friends, and the way it was...
Are you a hipster?
Well, it's not even hipster.
I don't know,
It's a
maybe.
lot
No,
more
that-
than if something like a Lena Dunham in Girls.
It's just-
I can identify with the characters in Obvious Child a lot more than Lena Dunham, any of Lena Dunham.
There's just complexity in
But that's just
dialogue.
me.
There's realism in the dialogue. It felt like I was sitting in the room with them while they were having a conversation. And a lot of that has to do with the writer-director, Gillian Robespierre.
Exactly.
This is her first film. She had a short film also called Obvious Child that she released in 2009.
Supported by the Sundance Institute.
Right. If you don't like Jenny Slate in this movie, then you're not going to like the movie.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, but I mean, I could dislike an actor and still think that they have a good performance. It's not that I dislike her as an entity. I just did not think she was good in this film.
Oh, yeah, I completely disagree.
Yeah, I feel like she was kind of perfect, but I feel like it's kind of a taste thing in terms of the kind of characters that you identify with more. Granted, Aaron and I are coming at it from a different perspective because we're men, and we see things.
But
different.
you
I mean,
like it, so I mean.
No, I mean, but it's different. It's
Yeah, the way you view a female character is just inherently going to be different than the way we do
it. Yeah.
I'm not going to be like surprised by the vulnerability of talking about abortion because it's something that I talk about with my friends. So maybe an outside audience would go in and say, "Oh, this is interesting. This is a new topic for a film."
I mean, Jenny Slate's playing a character who's going through the most difficult thing that she's ever had to deal with her entire life, and I thought Jenny Slate portray that wonderfully, but even beyond that, the frankness of everything that they're talking about is what really brings everything home to me. Because I haven't heard of these conversations in movies.
Right, when she hangs out with her friend and she's
Gaby
like,
Hoffman,
does it hurt?
who I thought was wonderful.
Yeah, like, does it hurt? What do they do? But, you know, like, it's not, like you said, yeah, it's usually a will they or won't they, and there was none of that there. It was simple, it was straightforward, it had an independent feel, it was a solid movie.
Obvious Child is a daring and fearless film, which might put off some, which is a shame because its unabashed honesty is really a breath of fresh air. Definite see it.
A few funny jokes, but the film often feels like it's trying to impress and never really feels genuine. So I'm gonna say, stream it.
Liz, I'm gonna have to politely disagree. There's a genuine quality to this film that I think makes it incredible, and Jenny Slate is fantastic, so I'm gonna say see it.
All right, our votes add up to 2.5 tickets, which is a see it for Obvious Child.
Cheers.
Cheers to PB Missiles.
And Jenny Slate.
Mumbles.
Stop being such an asshole.